Jakarta. This city is sheer madness. 6 times the size of Paris, over 10 million inhabitants. Shacks next to glass skyscrapers. The largest conurbation of Southeast Asia. A melting pot of people of different origins and religions. Hot, loud, and chaotic. But always with a smile. To get from the suburbs to the city centre, the commuter train is a reliable way of avoiding traffic jams if you don't mind close body contact. Arun is 23 years old and she is a stylist. She travels to the city centre on her skateboard.
Aku dari lahir emang udah tinggal di Jakarta, kerjanya juga ada di Jakarta. Menurut aku di sini cuma macet aja masalahnya, tapi orang yang lain baik-baik, semuanya enak, makanannya juga yang paling enak.
Because the city is so large, a trip to the city centre is something special. Arun likes to do this journey on her days off.
Hari ini lagi mau jalan-jalan ke kota, ke Fathahillah, lagi mau cruising-cruising pakai longboard.
Kota is the name of the old town district of Jakarta. This is where Arun is travelling to. Many buildings, such as the station, date back to the Dutch colonial days. The lively district is a favourite meeting place for locals and tourists. Through narrow lanes, Arun paves her way to Fathahillah Square. The Indonesians embrace the colonial camel in a relaxed way. The brightly coloured Dutch-style bicycles can be rented together with a hat or helmet. Cycling around the square is an entertaining way to spend the day in the city, where riding a bicycle is otherwise dangerous. A happy contradiction between tradition and modernity that is typical for Jakarta.
Semakin lama Jakarta udah banyak orang yang makin modern, gaya bajunya udah semakin modis, orangnya udah mulai up to date, buat teknologi juga nggak kalah maju. Pokoknya di sini udah seru, makanya Jakarta disebut Jakarta Metropolis.
Fathahillah Square is buzzing with life. The square is full of people with the latest accessories, such as selfie sticks and smartphones. Simultaneously, many women still wear a headscarf commonly known as a hijab.
Untuk saat ini kayaknya bisa sih, udah banyak hijabers yang modern tuh udah banyak. Kayak untuk saat ini kayaknya pemikiran tuh udah nggak bisa kaku lagi ya tentang agama ya. Aku rasa sih ngejalaninnya secara modern udah bisa sih.
Arun dreams of establishing her own fashion label. If this dream is to become a reality, she wants it to be in her own city, Jakarta. With around 200 million Muslims, Indonesia has the largest number of Muslims in the world. Over 80% of the population practice a moderate form of Islam. When it is time for Friday prayers, the faithful flow into the mosque. Over 10,000 mosques dominate the city, even though Islam is not the state religion. The largest is the Istiqlal Mosque in the city centre, which was built in 1975. It has room for 120,000 worshippers. Next to the mosque stands the Roman Catholic Cathedral of Jakarta, an exact replica of the building that collapsed in 1890. Islam, Christianity, Confucianism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. Indonesians must adhere to one of these 5 religions as recognized by the government. It is not compulsory to wear the headscarf, but nonetheless, most women wear it as a recognition of their faith. The clothing worn with the headscarf should not be provocative. It can be chic and even a little seductive. But is this an impossible balancing act? Not for the young fashion designer Jenahara Nasution. Her label Jenahara is one of the hottest in Indonesia. The 30-year-old is married, has 3 children, and an idol, Patti Smith, which at first glance doesn't seem to fit in with her Islamic faith.
Mostly my inspirations comes from music. I have my own, my own diva. Should I say my own diva? She's a Patti Smith. I love her. I love her music. I love her style. I love everything about her. So I put, some details about her in my clothes, like this chain, the black and white style, like the leather jacket, but I put some bling on it. So yeah, basically mostly inspired from her.
Patti Smith of all people, the American godmother of punk and feminism. How does this fit in with Islamic fashion and Jenahara's collection?
Nowadays, most modest wear, it's like very cover your body. So like this, you can put your jacket, and it's more modest. And then you put your headscarf, and it becomes a Muslim fashion wear. So that's the thing. It's three mix and match, and then it's become like the Muslim wear. If you take out the jacket, it's like a simple dress. Maybe people who do not wear hijab, they can wear this. But if you want to make it more modest, you can put the jacket on it, so it's becoming modest. And then if you want to make it as a Muslim wear, you just put a headscarf. Yeah, so it's becoming a Muslim wear. So as simple as that. Hijab is an item.
The hijab is a piece of clothing often misunderstood in the West.
People from the outside, when they think about the Muslim woman, they always think about the weakness, like they cannot do anything. So it's quite different here in Indonesia, because here in Indonesia, we have the same opportunity with the man, like we can have our own career, we can have a same level in jobs. So it's quite different from the Arabs nation. It's quite different.
Preparations are underway for a TV show in one of the fashionable business districts of Jakarta. Photographers, models, everything is hip and expensive. Right in the center, the main protagonist, Jenna Hara, sits in the makeup room.
I'll be doing a host in a TV show. It's a TV show for fashion tricks, tips, reference for Muslim hijab. Yeah, so we're doing a mix and match hijab fashion for a Muslim woman in Indonesia, and the program is every week.
Jenna Hara's fashion program is shown once a week on Indonesian TV. She and co-presenter Saskia are stars on social networks. Their followers can follow every step live. Her partner always accompanies her at such events.
Loh, yang ngajakin ketemu di PP tuh Ria, karena dia ada meeting lagi di PP. Sebenarnya Rianya nggak ada meeting di PP gitu, makanya ntar aku harus tanya dulu sama Ria.
This is my husband. His name is Arigali. He is my supporting man behind me. Sometimes he photograph me and then videoing me, like support some of my activities.
Yeah, and also the business.
And
Some
also
of the business.
as well. Yeah, we support each other.
Yeah. And then we have to arrange the time together. Sometimes, because we husband and wife, we have 3 children, right?
Yes.
And then we have to manage our time with the children. Sometimes, every day, daily basis, we do busy day because we work together. And then we have to commit together, me and my wife, to spend more days for the children. I think the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
I manage her now. Being a manager, you have to pay me. You have to pay me. I manage you.
Okay.
Yeah?
I will pay you later. Yeah.
Pay me with what?
Before recording starts, everyone takes a quick moment to pray together. Then the work starts.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Di mana lagi kalau bukan di Dua Hijab bersama Softex dalam sendiri.
The message, hijabas, that is to say women who wear a hijab, can be fun, fashionable and confident within certain boundaries.
Di bawah tutup sedikit gitu ya. Jangan terlalu sampai bawah banget.
Working so closely in the industry, is there competition?
Oh no, of course not. We're best friends. That's the thing in Indonesia. Even though we're having a clothing line, but like we're not in the competition. We're not compete to each other. We're still friends, and we support each other.
During the break, both of them record a low-key advertisement for tampons. There is no problem as the program will eventually be aired on a private TV channel.
Kita kasih beberapa tips di fashion review, fashion battle. Ya, kali ini dia juga mau kasih tips.
At the end of the show, there is a competition for the best outfit and the viewers can cast their vote online.
Tapi kan tetap dominannya ada di warna beige-nya itu. Nah, model aku yang kedua berhubung. That's my goal. I want to show to the Muslim woman that they, they can express themselves with my clothes.
The magic of Jakarta. This is where the past and the future meet. It is as if several chapters in history have been skipped over. From the Middle Ages to the modern era, Jakarta, a city full of high-rise buildings, expensive apartments and villas. And at the same time, dirt and poverty. Shacks and palaces, glitter and the gutter. Many people come to Jakarta in search of a better life. Early on in the Dutch colonial period, the port city attracted many Chinese tradesmen. In Glodok, Jakarta's Chinatown, you can still buy things that are not available anywhere else in the city. People eat here at any time, anywhere, and almost anything.
Habis belum? Lagi ada shopping. Bang, majuan dikit bang.
The traditional markets of Jakarta are a shopping paradise for the chef Ricky Isnanto. He has just come back from a trip to the Antarctic, where for 3 months he cooked for an expedition team. Back in his hometown of Jakarta, he wants to meet old friends and surprise them with an unconventional meal. The specialities he is looking for are not available in the supermarket. And here at the market, Ricky has to ask around until he finds what he is looking for.
Misi meliput jengkol ibu.
Masalahnya jalannya darurat, nggak apa-apa deh senggol dikit ya.
Asik, gang senggol. Pak, berapaan jengkol?
Hah?
Jengkolnya berapaan?
45.
45?
Iya.
Pas.
40 pas.
40. Boleh 1 kilo lah. So this thing in Indonesia called jengkol, but it's also known as dog fruit. Some people call it jaring. There's something interesting about this fruit. It's like a love and hate affair, because they hate it because when you eat it, it smells. It smells really bad. Even when you, when you go to the toilet and you pee, it smells terrible. But it tastes so good, so that's what I'm saying. They just love it, but they hate it at the same time. So yeah, that's jengkol. So I'm trying to do something with this, and maybe do something so it doesn't smell. Yang ini weh? Ya. Si ini aja, Wak.
Ricky looks for ingredients to make the stink beans palatable.
Yang ini aja lah, yang udah. This is pokpohan. So it's like a salad, like a lettuce. The flavor is really nutty and kind of strong. So it's like urugula or watercress. So the idea is like the dog fruit and the flavor will marry together. This strong flavor will neutralize the acid taste in the jengkol. And people here just eat it all the time. Every time they have jengkol, they gotta have this leaf. Ya cukup Pak, segitu Pak.
Of course, there are supermarkets in Jakarta, but Ricky values the experience he gets by shopping at the market and the direct contact he has with the traders.
Definitely I would choose here because one, it's way cheaper than supermarket. It's fresh, but fresh, I don't know, as you can see guys, like there's no refrigeration here. But for Indonesian with a strong stomach, I think it should be fine. I also support local suppliers because these guys are buying straight from the slaughtering house. So there's no distributors in between. That's why they can cut the price really low.
It is unbelievable what you can eat here.
Indonesian, we call it sate kikil. Kikil means, you know, the soft bones of the legs. They make it into a soup, a kind of soup. So they boil it like 4 hours until it's really soft, and they put a lot of herbs in it, and they cut into small pieces, and they just eat it. Usually, it's just like a soup. The way they normally did it. This one, the soup with some vegetable in it, with some rice, with some chili and sambal, and this is favorite. This is favorite. Everyone's favorite. Don't look at it when it's raw. It's disgusting, but when it's done, it's really nice.
Even though Ricky has lived abroad for several years, he always wanted to come back to his home city of Jakarta.
I was born and bred here until I was 17. From I was born to 17, I love Jakarta because that's where my family is, my friends. I went to school there and everything, and then I start going to another city and then other countries and all these amazing places. And then I come back to Jakarta and I hate it. I really hate it. But then the city is so alive, like it's so dynamic. Yeah, you can't find anything else in other city in any other world. So actually, Jakarta is not a bad place. It's really good. I'm starting to love Jakarta again.
Ricky's friends live in a neighborhood of villas in Jakarta.
Waalaikumsalam. Hey, Ricky, apa kabar?
Baik, gimana mudiknya?
Baik.
Still, nobody has the faintest idea that falafel with stink beans is on the menu. Sabita helps Ricky to prepare the meal.
Itu dibuang, tapi kalau yang hitam-hitam gitu. So I'm almost ready with the jengkol falafel. I'm just waiting for the jengkol to be cooked. But then I cannot open the pot yet because as soon as I open it, the smell will fill the entire house. So it's like if you ever heard durian, the king fruit? It's forbidden on the airplane, in the hotel, everywhere. So this is the relatives of durian. Udah matang nih tapi udah matang tapi bau banget. Kita bawa keluar aja yuk. Hati-hati.
In order not to offend his host, Ricky will open the pot at a distance away from the house.
Ada.
Wah, bau jengkol. Bisa kecium nggak dari sini, Pak? Bisa kecium kan? Bisa kecium. They can smell it from there. Yuk, masuk lagi.
Can something that smells so bad taste so good? Ricky's friends are skeptical. They have never eaten jengkol falafel before.
Ready? Kita cobain jengkol. Ayo ambil cobain. Hati-hati sama ininya apa ya? Sekarang ada jengkol. Sekarang udah 3 makan.
It's good. I'm surprised that it's not as stinky as I thought.
Like what I expected, really. Like stinky beans. But it's real tasty.
Really good.
And
Really good.
you say you don't like jengkol.
Yes.
Now?
Falafel jengkol's good. Well, my first time.
It's also your
eating
first time?
jengkol. Yeah.
First time?
Yeah.
How you like it so far? Pretty good? Cool. First time for everything, right?
Sous chef, well done. Woohoo! I think we did it.
Very good. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Little monster.
Yeah.
Jakarta is a modern city, focused on the future. It is rare to find traces of the old Javanese island culture. One place where these traditions are still alive is the Barata Purwa Theatre. Wayang Orang is a form of theatre that has been performed at the Royal Javanese Court since the 11th century. The grand dame of the troupe is Ibo Surip. She teaches the singers. The theatre has its own gamelan orchestra. They are rehearsing a play that dates back to the Mahabharata epoch. Stories of love, war, and fraternal strife, which reflect the culture of the royal court in years gone by.
Kami Wayang Orang Barata sudah mempunyai generasi ke-7. Jadi saya kedua. 7 itu anak cucu dari kami seniman seniwati Barata. Jadi tidak akan mengambil orang lain. Kami sudah memupuk dari TK sampai dewasa sudah bisa untuk menggantikan kedudukan yang sudah usia-usia.
The children grow up in the bright lights of the theatre. The Wayang Orang Barata has 140 members. Because there is hardly any support from the state, the actors do other jobs during the week. Today is the premiere of a new enactment. After the rehearsal, the elaborate costuming of the actors starts. The manager's daughter was also brought up in the theatre.
Kalau orang tua kami dulu kan memang Barata ini pentasnya setiap hari. Dan kami tinggal di sini dulu, di gedung ini. Di petak-petak tinggal. Kami semua yang ada di sini dulu tinggal di sini. Gitu. Bahkan ulang tahun saya yang pertama aja di panggung itu.
Wayang Orang embodies the perfect physical interplay of music, dance, and language. The dancers follow set movements to the letter.
Mau melihat ada yang datang, misalnya di sebelah kanan, dia pasti ke kanan dulu, sini, terus ini namanya tawing, ini arahnya madepnya ke kanan. Jadi kalau misalnya di sebelah kiri juga gitu sama, ini, terus ini. Gitu, itu namanya ulap-ulap sama tawing. Bentuknya sama laki-laki perempuan, cuman bedanya arah tangan. Kalau perempuan kan lebih rapet, kalau cowok gini. Ini bentuknya gini. Laki-laki begini. Kalau perempuan gini. Bedanya.
For a Wayang Orang play, you need just as much patience as you do for a Wagner opera. The performance lasts for 4 hours without a break. The public are catered for with meals and drinks from the local restaurants, and as most do not understand the standard Javanese, there is a translation into Indonesian available. Checking your smartphone is not seen as a faux pas. The actors do not allow themselves to be irritated by such things, and from the start to the very end, they enthusiastically embrace their roles.
Kita bertanggung jawab masalah kesenian Jawa, khususnya wayang orang, untuk tetap eksis di tempat metropolitan seperti ini yang serba susah, sandang pangan kan sekarang sedang mahal-mahalnya. Nah, kita berusaha untuk melestarikan, dan satu-satunya mungkin dunia wayang orang yang di Jakarta yang mempunyai generasi sampai ke 7 turunan itu hanya wayang orang Barata.
Ibo Surip has worked on stage for most of her life. The older actors take on strange roles with more script but fewer movements. As such, everyone finds their place in the big family of the Wayang Orang Theatre. After midnight, when the lights in the theatre have gone out, Jakarta starts to light up. This city never really rests. In the grey twilight of early morning, a spectacle starts on Jakarta's streets that makes any normal traffic jam look insignificant. Millions of commuters flow into the city centre. In Jakarta, it is said that every morning the population doubles. Getting there is the biggest problem in Jakarta. The fastest are still those who ride motorcycles. Those who do not have their own rent a motorcycle taxi. Hassana has been a motorcycle taxi driver for a year. She drives for Gojek, one of the largest providers in Jakarta. She gets her jobs via her smartphone. The meeting point, destination and fare are already arranged.
Sore, Kak.
Sore, Mbak Sana ya?
Iya.
Ke ini ya? Kemang ya tadi ya?
Iya, Kak.
Di dekat pom bensin sel?
Iya.
Di situ.
Iya, nanti ada SMS masuk, kita ambil. Ada menu gosen, orang, GoFood, belanja, dan yang lain. Nanti kita tinggal pilih aja, iya apa enggak. Dan itu akan kelihatan berapa kilometernya, dari mana, tujuannya kemana, gitu aja, Kak.
Business is booming. There were always motorcycle taxis in Jakarta, but they weren't organized. Sometimes it was difficult to get one, and the fare had to be negotiated. Nowadays, many things have become easier with this app. Nadiem Makarim is the name behind Gojek. His company is currently the most successful startup in Jakarta. In the main office, dozens of staff dispatch taxis. Over 30,000 drivers work for Gojek, and just as many for rival companies. Hassana uses her own moped for work. Helmet and jacket are provided, and she can choose her own hours.
Saya sebenarnya bekerja di salah satu swalayan di Jakarta sebagai SPG. Dalam 1 bulan, saya hanya mendapatkan 3 juta UMR untuk Jakarta. Sedangkan perbandingan untuk di Gojek, sehari saya bisa 500.000. Kalau dikalikan bisa 10 kali lipat, ya sekitar 25-30 juta lah sebulan. Makanya saya lebih tertarik untuk mengundurkan diri dari pekerjaan saya untuk menekuni kegiatan Gojek ini, Kak.
3 million Indonesian rupiahs corresponds to about 200 euros and represents the minimum wage in Jakarta. Hassana's wages also improve the family income. She is married and has 2 children. When she is at work, her mother looks after her children.
Sebenarnya sih seorang ibu itu harus di rumah, ya kan? Suami saya sebenarnya tidak menuntut saya untuk bekerja, tapi karena niat dari hati saya untuk ngebantu dia, untuk menambah penghasilan dia, untuk menutupi kebutuhan anak-anak, saya bergerak dengan hati. Ternyata dia memberikan izin untuk di Gojek karena waktunya lebih fleksibel, bisa dilakukan kapan aja, bisa pulang kapan aja.
When Hassana has fares in her local area, she tries to spend her breaks with her children. During this period, she logs herself out of the system.
Karena ini pekerjaan online ya, kapan aja bisa dikerjakan, lebih fleksibel. Jadi kapanpun kalau ada arah yang ke rumah, saya akan mampir untuk nyenengin anak-anak sebentar, main sebentar, belanja atau apa. Nanti setelah itu istirahat, nantinya jalan lagi. Dan setelah jalan lagi juga aku titipin sama ibu sendiri di rumah.
Hassana's husband works in a supermarket as a parking attendant. Her job as a taxi driver gives her family greater financial flexibility.
Saya alhamdulillah menjadi driver Gojek selama setahun. Semua impian saya tercapai. Saya bisa beli motor, saya bisa ngebangun rumah, bisa usaha untuk masa depan anak, kayak bikin kos-kosan gitu. Dan ternyata dikasih lebih lagi, saya bisa insya Allah mudah-mudahan karena panggilan dan ucapan terima kasih saya kepada Allah, saya pengen berangkat umroh sama ibu saya.
After a short break, Hassana drives off into Jakarta's chaotic traffic. Indonesia was a Dutch colony for over 300 years. Batavia was the name the Dutch gave to modern-day Jakarta. In the 19th century, they mastered the spice trade from here. Some of the colonial buildings have been preserved. Many, however, have decayed in the tropical weather conditions. The port played an important role in the development of the city. Indonesia is the largest island country in the world. There are over 17,000 islands. Close to the modern-day goods repository, there is the Sunda Kelapa harbour in Jakarta, where the traditional wooden cargo ships, or pinisi, are moored. Up until a few years ago, the ships sailed through the island archipelago. Today, most of them have motors, and they supply the islands with everyday goods, food, and construction materials.
macam-macam namanya, macam beras, apa, pupuk, makanan ayam, macam-macam semen.
On average, the boats are docked in the port of Jakarta for 1 week. The captain, Ranvi Hipponia, travels on the route between Jakarta and Borneo.
Saya rasa kalau jadi pelaut menyenangkan daripada kerja lain kan, enaknya pelaut. Ya ada suka dukanya. Kalau sampai di sini dan kedua kerjanya itu kan nggak begitu berat. Banyak santainya.
The Indonesian part of the island of Borneo is known as Kalimantan. Precious stones have been traded here for centuries. The seamen bring stones back from their travels and make them into jewelry. It is something to do and a bit of money on the side.
Ini cincin kita beli ngasah juga. Nah, kita beli batunya, suruh orang ngasahnya. Nah, beli ininya, ini ada yang 80, ada yang 50, empatnya nih. Kalau ngasah batu rata-rata ada yang 50, ada yang 40, ada yang 30.
The rings are especially worn by men as a status symbol. Often the working conditions of the sailors are hard. They often sustain injuries. The ship upon which Captain Rame and his crew work belongs to a Chinese businessman. The altar is supposed to bring luck for the journey. The men see their families on average once a month.
Saya asli Semarang, Jawa Tengah. Keluarga di Kalimantan, Borneo. Ya sebulan sekali lah. Hampir rata-rata sebulan sekali lah kita pulang ke rumah. Istri 1 dong. Anak 4, perempuan semua. Ya pasti kangen tuh Pak. Kalau itu tidak biasa aja. Paling nelpon kalau kita kan. Nah, enggak yang macam-macam enggak.
From the old port to the modern city, Jakarta is growing. New high-rise buildings are being built everywhere. Soon the last remaining green areas will disappear. There is not a lot of space for individuality here. However, once a week on a Sunday, between 6 and 11 in the morning, Jakarta belongs to the pedestrian. Around the Bundaran roundabout and the main street Tamrin in the city centre, the streets are closed to traffic. Carefree Day is the name given to this leisure time, a time in which the people can stroll around the city centre for their enjoyment, in the place where every day the cars drive bumper to bumper.
Orang-orang yang ada di sini, ya people come to here because orang-orang yang datang di sini untuk lepas jadi kerja seharian, untuk kerja selama seminggu. Jadi mereka olahraga di sini sampai benar-benar bersama keluarga, bersama teman-teman ya.
The city takes a deep breath and for a few hours forgets traffic jams and everyday worries. Even if life seems to be easygoing, freedom is an issue in Indonesia. In the conservative province of Aceh, concert-goers to a punk gig have to follow strict rules on how to behave. You can only find such a subculture in a few places in Jakarta. The premises of this old factory is a meeting place for young artists. They're allowed to practice graffiti here with the owner's permission. It is a free space for young people from the district. Mutia and her friends are art students. Today, they want to paint one of the walls.
Bang.
Ya, kita grup Angin Malam.
Grupis.
Kita kolektif artis. Angin Malam.
Dan ya orang-orangnya yang ini. Seperti itu. Ada yang cowoknya juga, cowoknya itu ada 10 ya atau lebih ya buat saya, dan itu semua fakultas. Dan sekarang jadinya lebih ke seni rupa. Seni rupa aja.
Ryan has brought along the draft for the picture.
Di sini ada image perempuan dengan laki-laki yang sedang bercinta di suasana pantai beach. Ya, di sini kita tampilkan juga figur zombie. Ya. Jadi di sini memang keadaan ada suasana lingkungan di suatu pantai yang terdapat aktivitas seksual.
Foreplay.
Ya. Ini cerita tentang feminisme.
Ya.
Sensualitas, seks, lingkungan, dan liburan. Kontennya sih itu. Holiday.
Ryan, Mutia and their friends want to be different, not to sit in an office and work like their parents. They study at the Jakarta Academy of Arts.
Jadi itu latar belakangnya semua keluarga gue tuh berbasis ekonomi, hukum, terus sama IT. Nah, gue pengen yang beda aja sih, yang dimana setelah lulus itu nggak yang langsung kerja kantor, semuanya kantor, semua jadi wanita karir itu nggak, jadi pengen kayak yang apa yang gue mau udah itu aja sih sebenarnya.
Even if the message behind their picture is provocative, they ensure the image is not vulgar, because it could otherwise cause problems.
Dari keseluruhan, ada poin feminisme atau kewanitaan yang kita bahas di sini. Khususnya ada di poin yang paling ujung sini. Ada wanita dengan pria yang sedang bercinta lah, pokoknya bercinta dengan pose begitu, yang prianya di bawah, wanitanya di atas. Yang lumrah lah gitu, cowok yang di atas, cewek yang di bawah kan. Jadi di sini kita kedepankan wanita yang dimanjain gitu. Itu sih.
Even if the image seems harmless to a Western eye, this kind of work will cause controversy in some of the more conservative provinces.
Sebenarnya ini emang mencerminkan usia sih sebenarnya. Karya-karya yang kita tampilin tuh emang kita anak muda banget, yang persepsi dari kelompok kita dan anak muda itu memang ya bebas berkesenian, apalagi kita ada di lingkungan seni kan. Dengan seni itu memang gak ada batasan kayak gitu kan. Ya Oke, untuk dari persepsi saya sendiri sih, yang berada dan tinggal di Jakarta itu memang kota metropolitan Yang di situ banyak berbagai suku ngumpul di sini. Beda dari provinsi yang sebelah, yang kayak Jawa dengan masih kental ikatan-ikatan normanya kan. Kalau Jakarta memang udah kita pikir udah ini kita bebas di sini. Cuman memang masih banyak norma-norma yang belum bisa kita lewatin gitu kan. Cuman kita mencoba mengangkat banyak sisi yang bisa kita apresiasi di Jakarta itu sih gitu.
Jakarta, a city that is changing. A place of nostalgia caught between tradition and modernity.